Why Chris Eubank Jr. got knocked out, it's not because he's not good enough to compete. No. Again, like I said, I thought I had him winning going into round 4, 2 rounds to 1. But it's because of the fact that he did the one thing that you cannot do as a boxer, at least in my estimation, unless you're one of the few gifted fighters in this game. But the reason why this happened, why Chris Eubank Jr. got knocked out, it's not because he's not good enough to compete. No. Again, like I said, I thought I had him winning going into round 4, 2 rounds to 1. But it's because of the fact that he did the one thing that you cannot do as a boxer, at least in my estimation, unless you're one of the few gifted fighters in this game, in any game. You can't imitate legends. You just can't do it. It is so, the reason why greats are so great is because of the fact that what they do is so hard, not only because of the tactics and the timing, but because them alone only have the ability to pull off the game plans that they try to do. The reason why so many people fail at trying to fight like Floyd Mayweather using the Philly shell is because you're not Floyd Mayweather. You don't understand the sports the way that he does. You don't have the reflexes the way that he does. You don't have the ability to predict and understand the weaknesses in the person's game and get in rhythm with their timing like Floyd Mayweather does. Joe Frazier, you know why few people have had movement like Joe Frazier, have the ability to just wail away on the inside in heavyweight history? Because of the fact that many of them don't have the innate ability to fight at such an unsyncopated, off-rhythm, bob and weave type nature, to where they can instinctively always be able to slip at somebody's punches while coming forward, even with their hands down, to be able to wail away with hooks, leaping hooks, hooks that you would normally think, hey, no textbook boxer should throw them. But again, Joe Frazier had some of the most ferocious inside fighting that we've ever seen in the game, and the greatest left hook that boxing's ever seen. You know why? Because he was the only one that was able to pull it off. We can go down the list. Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Napoleon Loche, hopefully I'm saying his name right, if you look him up. Pernell Whitaker. There are so many people. The reason why these legends aren't legends is because of the fact that they were able to do, they alone have the tools to pull off how they fight. And Chris Eubank, from the jump, fought just like his coach, Roy Jones Jr. I'm talking about from the lead hand swinging down below to how he threw his right straight, pulling it back and everything, just like Roy Jones Jr. Going in, pulling it back out like he's grabbing something from a pot. I'm talking about from the stance, slightly leaning forward. Everything, the jab, all of it. How he was trying to throw combinations, that's what Chris Eubank Jr. was trying to do. That's how he tried to fight, emulating the unemulatable, copying the uncopyable, trying to fight like a once-in-a-generation talent. Again, Roy Jones Jr., if you don't know who he is by my metric, to me, raw talent outside of Sugar Ray Robinson is the most gifted fighter I've ever seen. Outside of Sugar Ray Robinson, Roy Jones Jr. naturally, rawly, is the most gifted fighter I've ever seen, and one of the greatest of all time. From power to speed to reflex, to be able to fight at angles and in game plans and schemes that you would just think, no, he did everything wrong. It was so right, though, because he was doing it. That's what made him so great. Everything that you would not teach, he did, and did it to perfection. You know why? Because not only did he understand the game, but he had the ability within his body to pull off the immaculate, the incredible, the stupid. that normally coaches would say, get out of my gym for doing. He did it, and he did it in such a way that's why he was so untouchable. Flip the script on what a boxer should be in terms of what you should and should not do and what you can and cannot do in the ring. The amount of risk this brother took, the way that he fought and was just able to get out clean. I mean, but skidding on the edge of danger, always coming out pure gold, at least until he got knocked out. But at his best, there was nobody like Roy Jones Jr. There was nobody like Roy Jones Jr. And Chris Eubank Jr. did the one thing, despite all of his own talent, which he does have, that you never should do. Fight like an icon. You can take semblances from that icon, absolutely pull from them. And of course, boxing is an ever-evolving thing. Eventually, you're always going to have some people that have similar cadences, similar styles to fighters of the past. No doubt about it, absolutely. But I'm saying to a T, Chris Eubank tried to fight like him. The problem was, he didn't have the defense. As you saw when he got into the corner. This brother had he tried to use all the head movement in the world. His guard was absolutely horrible in that fight. Utterly terrible once he got cornered. Once he got pressured. Absolutely abysmal. His defense was absolutely abysmal once he got pressured in the corner by Liam Smith. Akin to like when Roy Jones Jr. got knocked out against Antonio Tarver. A guard with a whole bunch of holes that you will get caught if you stay in there long enough. And look at what happened. Fought just like his coach right until he got knocked out. Right in the corner, just like Roy Jones Jr. Chris Eubanks, that was the biggest thing that I saw. The second I saw him come out in there, I was like, this can either be incredibly good or this can be incredibly bad. Because it's so hard for people to replicate somebody else's style. Especially somebody as great and as talented as Roy Jones Jr., whose game plan and whose fighting style, this is not a knock, this is just the truth, was a big factor, successful, due to his physical attributes, which is something that Chris Eubanks does not have to that extent. Nowhere close.